Hey guys, what's up? Spenny here. So Chamath sold his entire $213 million stake in Virgin Galactic. That is his entire personal investment within the company. So in today's video, we're going to be getting to the real reason why he sold, and he has explained this in various areas. So we're going to be getting into that. That $213 million stake is about 6.2 million shares. Definitely a lot, and it's definitely contributing to the big sell-off we're seeing in SPCE. Now, if we move on to his Twitter, this is where he explains why he sold, and there's also a video clip I'm going to be showing you guys later in the video that also explains his reasoning to why he sold, and then we're going to be taking a look at the chart and what's been going on and what we should probably expect in the future. So we can see here, he said, I freed up some capital by selling some shares in SPCE so I can keep investing at scale without impacting my pace and strategic view. I hated to do it, but my balance sheet shrank to almost $2 billion this week. Now, there's actually a video clip that explains why he needs to sell in times like this. So I'm going to be playing that clip for you guys. The clip was actually launched on February 12th, so a little bit before this sell-off, but it definitely goes into detail and explains what is going on with Chamath and why he has to sell. Now, I'm not surprised that he actually chose to sell SPCE over his other SPACs. SPCE is definitely by far the most speculative SPAC he's launched, and it also isn't his real focus in his investing. So he's very focused on education, health, and green energy. That is kind of how he wants to contribute to the world. He talks about this in other interviews. So Virgin Galactic, it just makes sense. Now, obviously, I'm a little bit disappointed he decided to sell, all of his SPCE stock. I wish he had maybe trimmed from various different SPACs. But that's his decision, and I don't really think I'm too worried about this. So I'm going to play this clip for you guys so you can hear some of his reasons why he needs to sell.
All of the things I want to do vastly outweighs the capital that I have. So at the end of last year, my family office called and said, hey, dummy, you need to put a little bit of money here just to make sure that we have liquidity and we can keep doing all these things. And so I had to sell, a couple million shares of Virgin. I didn't want to. I haven't sold a single share of anything that I've done in the SPAC platform, in the pipes, other than those few million shares of Virgin. So if given my druthers, Eric, and if I could really just go for it, I wouldn't sell a share of anything I buy because I believe in it. But every now and then I run up into liquidity constraints like everybody else, and I get a call and they say, Chamath, stop. Slow down. And I say, no. And then they say, okay, then at least give us a little buffer here so that we can continue to do all the things you want.
Okay, guys. So yes, Chamath does get these phone calls saying he needs to sell shares to free up some liquidity. Obviously, the past couple of weeks is probably a prime example of this. His portfolio has been getting hit really hard. And in that clip, it also showed what he's focused on. He's focused on climate change, education, and health. Really, Virgin Galactic isn't really in that category, so maybe that's one of the reasons why he sold out of Virgin Galactic. I don't know exactly, but I do know Virgin Galactic is a very speculative stock, so yeah, and he's also up massively, so he would have made a very nice profit on it as well. So overall, it does make sense. But let's move on to the chart and see where we are today. So looking at the chart, you guys can see we had an absolute massive run up over the past couple months, and just as much we have crashed since then. Now, this crash is entering some key support levels. We did have a period of consolidation a couple of months ago in the low 20 range. We actually touched there on Friday and then quickly bounced up to $27 in the late afternoon. There's several reasons why that bounce occurred. It's actually not so much to do with that support level. However, I do think that low $20 range between $20 and $23 is a nice piece of support for the stock if we do continue to trend down. Now, it's really hard to say if the sell-off is done. Now, moving on here, guys, we have lost 61% in the last 30 days. That is a massive drawdown. And I do believe the $20 to $23 range is a nice bit of support. However, there's no telling how low we can actually go. Virgin Galactic doesn't really have its fundamental value. It's mostly trading off of TAM. So people see the future total addressable market to be massive in the space industry. And I agree with that. However, if you look at the dot-com bubble, that mentality led to a 95% crash in most tech stocks. If you look at the 2018 cannabis bubble, again, people were just looking at the TAM. Most of those stocks crashed between 90 and 95%. However, what happens after that crash, the great companies will survive and eventually grow into that TAM. They'll actually start producing revenue, and that vision that people once had comes true. We could very well see the same thing with Virgin Galactic. People recognize the massive TAM in the future. However, this company is still years away from achieving that. So there's no telling how low the stock price can go. The only way, I can really see it actually staying propped up is if they execute in the sense that they need to have successful test flights, keep on rolling out these new spaceships. ArcX, that space ETF, will help. As long as people stay confident in the way the company is going and progressing, then I think it'll stay propped up. But, the more we have unsuccessful test flights or just, canceling the test flights, then the stock could trend down, and there's really no floor with the stock. There are different psychological support levels, and I do believe the low 20s is one of those. $15 is a very strong psychological support level, and then of course $10 is as well. Guys, nobody knows where the stock is going. It's a really hard one to put a value on, but I am very confident that looking 10, 15 years ahead, this is going to be a leader in the space economy. And I think that the stock is going to be worth 10 to 100x where we are today. We all know how big the TAM is going to be in the space economy. Anyways, guys, that's all I have for this video. Thanks for watching until the end. Really appreciate that. I'll see you guys on the next one.